Hi, YouTube family. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Welcome to today's video. This is Victorious Mirabel. Here we talk about lifestyle, fashion, my faith in God, and other pertains to life and godliness. Yes. So I am so excited. People of God, like I am so excited today. Happy New Year. I think this is the first video of the year. So I'm back with another video, and this video is on money. Like while I was away, I took time to just review my year, look at my finances, where I am at. There is always a saying, the things we don't focus on, the things we're not intentional about, we cannot improve or grow in those areas. So I took time off to just review my spiritual life, my financial life, my work life balance, my social life, and I'm excited. Yay! Yes, I'm excited because I hit my 2021 financial goal. Like, yeah. I'm grateful. Lord, I am grateful. Yeah, and I decided to show this video just to share with you guys how I was able to make that a reality. Things don't just happen. There is no vacuum. There has to be faith. There has to be discipline. You have to put in the work for things to happen, even as a Christian. So I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I did, some of the habits, the financial habits that I kind of cut off, the things I stopped doing, and how COVID also helped me hit this financial goal in 2021 that can help somebody in 2022. So the first thing that I did in 2021, I think I began 2020 when COVID really hit. I sat down, I took time to just evaluate, like, okay, this is the new reality. How can I, instead of complaining, how can I take this lemon that life is throwing at me and make a lemonade out of it? So I took time, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be traveling because there were a lot of restrictions. I'm not going to be socializing that much because places were locked. So how can I take all this that seems like chaotic world, bad situation, and turn into something good? So I decided to, like, okay, added value to my time by increasing my stream of income and just doing things that are healthy for my pockets. So that's the first thing I did. So the second thing I did was investing more. So because I increased my stream of income, I had money, and like you have heard me say in my other video, I don't like keeping a certain amount of money in the bank. Once my money hit a certain threshold, I look for ways to invest. So I started exploring other means of investment. Yes, I went into stocks. I partnered with some businesses and just invest here, which some of it turned out good, some of it turned out bad, but I can rightly said 80% of it turned out good, and it just increased my financial capacity and helped me meet my 2021 financial goal. The third thing I'm going to be talking about is eliminating some things. Yes, sometimes we need to evaluate our life, let some things go, things that don't add value. I had to really look at my life and look at the things that I spend my money on, the things that I waste my money on, and just start cutting them off. It is personal. It's not what people will say. The first thing I really cut off, and that really helped me, and especially with the lockdown, was makeup. If you look at me, I just have two items on my face for makeup because I don't know how to do makeup. I felt like buying new makeup things, sponge and brush, and the makeup is gonna make my makeup look better. But it's not about the things that you have; it's how you do the makeup. So, and with the COVID too, in Canada we are supposed to wear masks everywhere we go. So in my mind, I was like, what's the essence? So honestly, 7 days a week, I probably wear makeup once in a week. So I stopped buying makeup. For the past 2 to 3 years, I haven't bought any makeup item. The ones I had, those are the ones I'm using. And I'm not buying any. Once these ones get finished, I'm just gonna buy one of each of the ones I think the match my face, they suit my face, and they just go for my neutral look, because that's the only look. I don't know how to do any other color palette or anything. So why waste money on something that I can't do, or I can? But if you're somebody who is a makeup guru, you know how to play around makeup, I know you know what you want, you're definitely gonna buy what you want. Not like some of us who were just trying things thinking that by buying a lot it's gonna give you that perfect Instagram or YouTube kind of look. So that's one thing that I stopped doing, and I really increased, because I used to spend like 200, 300 when I get into Sephora for makeup. So that was something I stopped doing. The next thing I also stopped doing was nails. Yes, I stopped doing my nails this last year, 2021, because I realized that each time I do my nails, after a week, they either grow out, or I hit them somewhere they hurt, or one fall off, and then the other one started looking creepy, and you need me to go back and redo it, or go back there for them to even just take it off, because taking it off by myself, it used to hurt my fingers so bad, or it will break my nails and just cause a lot of discomfort. So I stopped doing my nails. Somebody said those people in the nail salon, they do that intentionally. They file your nails so thin that whenever it falls off or is coming out, it hurts, so that you come back to them, or when they come out, your nails look so creepy and so rough that you have to go back there to cover them up. No, I stopped doing that. I'm keeping my natural nails short and clean, perfect, and we move. The next thing I want to say in that light is one thing I stopped doing that really saves me money. It stopped feeling insecure about my hair. I used to feel insecure about my hair. I have so much hair. For those who have seen my natural pictures, I used to feel so insecure about my hair. I feel like, oh, God gave me a lot of hair I couldn't manage, and I'll buy wigs. I'll break a lot to cover up my hair. These wigs, I don't know how to lay frontals. I don't know how to wear wig. You hardly see me with wig, but I used to buy them because everybody was buying them, like, oh, it's just wear and go, it's easy. But I realized that it wasn't easy for me like that. It wasn't just, it needed a lot of work, a lot of detailing, which I am not in for. And then the second part was maintenance. I don't know how to maintain wigs. So most often I will have to pay somebody to help me revamp my wig, like $70, which like this year I was like, no. That's why for those who follow me on Instagram or Facebook, or even on YouTube, when it was summer, like more than 8 months of the year, I enjoyed my natural hair. I really enjoyed my natural hair. I'm just getting to braid more now because it's very cold. We are having like -28, -25. So to protect my natural hair, I'm trying to just braid during winter, but I'm rocking my hair and I'm loving it, and I'm learning to do my own hair. The next thing I want to say that I really cut off in the light of that hair, most black women know that when you're natural, we tend to try a lot of products, we tend to buy a lot of things. There came a point where I had like 10 shampoos, 5 leave-in conditioners, like I just had a lot of products. I didn't even know where to keep them. I just kept trying, but this time around, I have learned to stick with what works, and I go with it. We are not doing try and error again because we're on a budget. We are sticking, and we are living a very minimalistic lifestyle when it comes to our budget. Those are the things I cut. The third thing I want to say that I really cut that helped me achieve my financial goal in 2021 was subscription. Yes, gym subscription, Amazon subscription, workout app subs, all those subscriptions. They look very catchy, they look flashy. You're like, oh, it's not just $14, it's not just $10, it's not just $5, but you forget to realize that when you're subscribing, they ask for your banking information, and most often, many of us, we forget. Even when they give us 1 month trial, free trial, we forget to go on subscribe. Then before we know it, they're cutting us money from our bank accounts every month that we are not even using those things we subscribed for. Like gym, there was lockdown, gyms were locked, and I began learning and just enjoying my home routine workout. So I created gym. Amazon, I just realized there are always times when I emotionally shop on Amazon for no good reason, and I'm not one person that I don't like sending back, because I feel like when you're sending back, you have to still pay a shipping fee back, which is costing you more money. So I just had to unsubscribe to some of those things. Like anything that has to do with subscription counts me out. And the fourth thing that I cut off is expensive clothes, trends, and bags. Like, nope. I realized this long ago. Most of these LV, Gucci, they don't target the rich, because they know that the rich will not buy things like that. Rich people rather invest in those companies or buy shares or partner in those companies rather than buying. But the target, the demography that these brands, this trend, the target are the poor. And I also realize that most often people buy trend because of insecurity, or you want to belong, you want to fit in. But as a child of God, we are not created to fit in, we are created to stand out. Like, own your own trend, buy your own thing and be comfortable in it, rock it the way you want it. In the trend, the things we buy are not going to solve the insecurity problem. We have to solve our insecurity problem from within and finding who you are in Christ, not with material things. So I learned that a long time ago, and I know I don't own any brand thing. I'm not saying that people should not own it, but for me to achieve my financial goal, I had to be very realistic, be intentional. Does this thing serve me a purpose? Why am I buying this? Why do I need this? What's the essence? Is it just because it's fashionable, I see it all over, or do I really need it? How does it serve me? How does it serve me? So that's something I don't do. I don't do brand clothing, bags, or follow trend. Just buy what you can afford, rock what you have, and trust me, you will enjoy it. It's not brands that make you who you are. Your brand and the things you own don't define you. You are a person on your own. These things are just additional, so we should be careful to put our values in material things. Yeah. The fifth thing in 2021, and now I will be cutting off in 2022, is eating out. Yes, that's why I said COVID really helped. A lot of restaurants were locked. There was, like, I really cut down on eating out, and I also realized that eating out is expensive and it's not healthy. Even buying prepackaged food, like prepackaged fruits, I had to be very intentional in doing my meal preps, cooking for myself, cutting my own fruit and just zip locking them, and just make it easy for me to pick them up when I'm leaving for work or when I'm running errands. So that's one thing that really it looks small, but if you use apps that track your expenditure and the things we spend on, these little things that we look down on takes a lot of our income that we can't even imagine or we can't even fathom. I feel like that's why sometimes some people don't like to do budgeting, or they don't want to look into their expenditure because they are even embarrassed on the things that is spent on. But to be able to get out of that habit is for you to, instead of running away from it, is for you to confront it, face your spending habits, and try to correct them. Try to cut the things you don't want. Try to be intentional and work on the things that you can work, so that some coins are saved in your pocket. I remember when I used to work in the bank, there was always a saying on the wall that it's little drops of water that makes an ocean. So those 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, $15 that you think is minimal, it goes a long way to affect the flow of income. Be contented. Yes, being content with what you have. Most often we ruin our financial life because we are trying to buy things to please people who don't even care. Like, this life is not competitive. We all came differently. We all have different purposes. We are all at different stages of our life. We all have different priorities. We all have different things that we are battling with. So we can't live comparing, or you can't live to want to prove a point. Like, nobody really cares. That's a simple truth. Nobody really cares. I want to ask you a question. Do you remember the dress your best friend wore to the last party you guys attend? For many of us, we don't even remember. We don't even remember. Some people will be like, oh, I cannot wear a particular dress twice, or people have already seen me with this dress. That is your own mentality, and it's a very destructive mentality, because that's how you see yourself. That's what you think. But people have things to think about. People have businesses, people have their family, people have job to think about, rather than thinking about the dress you wore or what you like. Come on now, let's be contented. Be contented with what you have, and be disciplined. Rich people, successful people are not moved by motivation, they are moved by discipline. And one the thing, you have to be consistent. Maybe your first year you won't get it right, but keep pushing, keep being a better version of yourself financially every year, and that's how you grow. The growing curve is not a straight line, it's a progressive line, which means you start from somewhere and you gradually build, you gradually grow. So that's it for this video. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was informative. Yes, it is doable. It's not how much money you make, but it's how well you manage your money. Be more intentional about your money and create generational wealth. Break that yoke of poverty, break that yoke of bondage, break that yoke of paycheck to paycheck and financial struggle in your family. Love you all with the love of God. Remember, God loves you.